All right. Are we live? Let's see. Hello, everyone. Unmute,
Game na
unmute.
ba?
Hi! Game na?
Hi!
Welcome to the Rappler stream.
Hi, Pawi. Hi,
Welcome. Hello,
Tristan.
hello. Hi, Miss
Ian.
Guiden.
Hi, Miss
Hi,
Guiden. Hi,
Myrene.
Hi,
Myrene.
Pawi. Hi,
All right.
Tristan. Hi, everyone.
So I have my phone here. Right. It's on Kumu. Rappler.com is
Mhm.
live. So I'm gonna be watching it while watching us.
Sharing the live. I hope
Nice.
you do the same, everyone. Good evening. Hello, hello.
Hi, everyone. Welcome.
I'm
Hey,
blind right
Kyla.
now since wala akong phone.
Okay. Okay.
So keep us
We're
updated.
sharing this. I'm sharing
Health
this live.
struggles.
Welcome. Did
Ayan.
Did either of you have a stream already today?
Oh,
Not
yes.
yet. Me, not yet.
Kanina morning, I had 8:30 a.m. na news here sa Kumu. And then, no 1 p.m., like, it's just a tambay stream with friends. That's
Ah,
what we
okay.
usually do every day.
Sabi, anong term nga pa ni Rafa doon? Yung mga short tambay streams. May ano eh.
And
He had like an acronym for it.
he had a lot of different terms. How
Oh,
about you, Miss Gaiden? We understand that a lot of streamers. You also have sometimes you have a name for your followers or
Fans,
whatever.
yeah.
Do you have that for your
oh my
fans?
gosh, nakakahiya siya. Pero someone
Uh,
here sa Kumu, like, created a fan page. So it's called
oh,
Guide Vision. Tapos before kasi I joined one of like
solid.
Kumu's dating contest. So meron akong love team. So meron kaming walang
Nice.
gigiba. Hashtag walang gigiba.
Wow.
Well, mga friends lang naman yung ano nun, kasama doon. So ganon, it's cute. Pero that was like years ago, like 2 years ago, I think.
Well, that's before Kumu like blew up the way it is now.
Yes, oo.
Yeah. Hi,
Before
Anne.
Chapter
Hi, Anne.
before the school, di ba?
Oo, before. Dinosaur pa yung Kumu before. Like, I remember, you can't do multi-screen. So, you have to
Ooh.
Mm,
request for you to be a co-host pa. Like, a single screen lang. Tapos, there's small box na allotted for a co-host. Ganun pa lang before. And then, if we want, like, everyone to come up, like, for example, 8 of us, there's a hack to do that. Kasi the maximum is 2. So, ganun. I even remember
Gusto ko yun,
when you
no?
do when you do live stream before, you have to wait for a streamer to end his stream or her stream before you can go live. Ganon,
mm.
Talaga.
bantayan before. And now
Very ano
it's amazing. Oo.
ang ganda na may
That's
oral
it's
history
crazy right
tayo
now.
of
I know, it is.
Thank
Kaya
you,
I'm
Keep
so
on
Kyla.
clicking
excited.
those hearts, everyone. My stream is a little lagged in terms of me watching us. So,
Mm-hmm.
but I hope people are clicking those hearts and sharing.
very
Kaya,
Mercury retrograde tayo ngayon eh. Parang
Hi, Ofi. Hello, hello.
I can't
Hi,
actually see who's
Aldriana.
down there.
There you go.
Chin Chin is saying hi to you, Miss Guiden.
Oy, hello, Chin Chin. Yes, shout out to Pamilya Saranggola and the Elite X fan if you're
ang ganda
there.
ng pamilya
Host
sa
us
Aranggola.
dyan.
Nick
Oo.
Nice,
Saragosa.
nice.
Actually, it started
Yeah.
from there. Kaya naging Pamilya Saranggola kasi sa stream namin mahilig kami magdrama. Alam mo yung mga teleserye or radio before,
Yeah.
like Crashing Doors, mga ganyan. So,
I
yun,
love
ginawa
it.
namin yun and eventually naging Pamilya Saranggola. So, shout out to everyone down there.
Kevin
Nice,
Kersey, hello. Shout out to you. Always visits my stream.
nice.
Hello.
Hi, Kevin Kersey. Make sure to share this live. Tristan, can you do me a favor? Can you like maybe move your mic even closer to your mouth? I think we're getting a
Talaga?
little. Yeah, it's just a little soft.
Better ba?
Can-
Kasi di ba normally, pag malapit sa mouth ko,
Oo nga
parang
eh.
you
No,
hear the
sometimes it
pops.
fluctuates. What do you
Yeah.
think? What do you think, ladies? Should louder or okay na yan?
I can hear
Hi,
him
Chin
well.
Chin.
Yeah,
How about
same
the
here
audio?
on my end.
Baka sa net ko.
Sige. Yeah. It's fine. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Welcome to Inside the Industry. This is actually a live recording of our career podcast on Rappler. So it's in a way you're getting to sit in the recording booth with us. So we're gonna get the show started in a bit, but we want to make sure to get as many people in as possible now, right, guys? So keep on
Yeah,
sharing
sayang to
away.
start eh.
Uh,
Na-realize ko, very emo na yung hair ko. Very, very matching pala na hair. Meron tayo eh. May wig and talks tayo today. Pandemic
we
eh,
should
hirap magpagupit eh.
We should have, you know what we should have done? We should have done a makeover of sorts, na, Myrene. We should have done a
Oh.
makeover.
Normally, hindi
But Myrene, I
magagawa ko.
haven't got
But
it. My hair, you can't tell. That's why I am glad I have the headset because my hair is, it would
try
otherwise be
ko.
very poofy today. Uh,
Ako very emo, very bring back the early 2000s eh.
yeah.
You know, in my
Ako naman
early
naging
days,
super saiyan ako. Dragon Ball style.
in my earlier streams here in Kumu, I actually taught people how to cut their own hair, lalaki.
Oh,
Baka we
Oh,
can
yeah.
try.
It was a blow by blow. Yeah.
invite us.
May ano eh,
Invite us
may
naman
career
next time.
motive ako eh.
Yeah. Is that Christopher Star? What up, Christopher Star?
Hi,
Hello.
Christopher Star.
Thanks for joining. Is that Christopher Star from Clubhouse?
Yes,
on
that's
Clubhouse.
Christopher Star
What's
from.
good? Welcome to the
Mhm.
Pawi
pod.
as a clubhouse. Ano ba tawag?
Yeah.
Clubhouse person. Clubhouse
Oh, nga eh. A clubber.
clubber.
That's the only way you can club these days, na.
Online. Yeah. Virtually.
And yeah.
Oh, it's
and
like
so,
last night.
ayan. What up,
We had a
what up,
party here sa
Christopher?
Kumu. Ay,
Ah,
eto
yeah?
na, nakita ko na. Hello, Christopher Star. Yeah, last night we had a party here sa Kumu, so I invited one of my friends to spin for us. Kasi we had, ano tawag na to? A campaign kagabi, so last day. So nag-party lang kami.
Wow.
That's the only, clubbing, the closest that we can get
Really?
or we can do.
Yeah, so just to give you an idea, we've had you are our fourth episode here on Kumu. We alternate. We do for everyone listening. For our Inside the Industry career podcast on Rappler, we release every week, every Monday. But every other episode, we stream it live here with all of you. And so now we are on our fourth episode here on Kumu with Miss Guiden and Myrene over here. Our previous episode was with Christian Kabuay. I don't know if you're too familiar, but he's the artist who incorporates
May bayan.
Guiden into his art. So super cool. But we had before that episode, we had I don't know if you're familiar with DJs Timmy Sky and Kai.
Mhm.
So yeah, so we
Island.
were doing. We had our own little party. You can say that.
Yeah, si Pawi na pasayaw eh.
No. We're not.
Can we get him
We don't
dance?
mention that. We don't
dance
mention
from
that.
And your first episode was with Yana and Rafa.
Yes.
Oh, of course.
Correctly.
Well,
Yes.
Theater
Yeah.
World.
friend.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So we're all friends here. I think that's the perfect place to start. Everyone, I think we can start our show now. Make sure to keep on sharing the live. Make sure to keep sending in those hearts. Maybe some PGs. That would be very nice. All right. Let me just grab. Okay. All right, Tristan, you ready for this? So I'm gonna start our
Game,
intro,
game.
ladies.
Lang tayo.
So
Very,
okay,
ano.
all right. Welcome, community. You are streaming Rappler on Kumu. This is Hustle Inside the Industry, where we talk to professionals and find out how they got here, why they're doing what they do, and what it takes to do it. So, welcome everyone to our live recording of our podcast, which comes out every Monday and is available on all podcast platforms, including Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So, if you like this episode and you want to play it back, the audio for this comes out on Monday, April 26th. Okay, so just follow
Monday.
Hustle. Yeah, Monday, right? With so what? 3 days from now. So make sure to follow Hustle Inside the Industry. You can just search that on your Spotify or Apple Podcasts. But for now, let me introduce myself. This is Powie.
And I'm Tristan. So we are part of Rappler's Hustle team. So Hustle, it's Rappler's youth culture section. So today we have two guests who will shed light on the beauty and makeup industry. So we have a beautypreneur. Am I pronouncing that correctly? So Miss Guiden. And we have a makeup artist and wig doctor. So Myrene Santos. So welcome to the show, guys. So
Thank you for
say hi to
Thank
having
our
us.
guests.
Thank you, Tristan. Thank you, Pawi.
Thank you, guys.
Yay!
Thank
I
you,
know we've
Rappler.
been chatting here for a few minutes, but then it's strange. We also have to
Yeah.
do like the formalities
May
after
backtrack
because this
bigla
is
eh.
no, but it's great.
Kunwari
It's been
strangers po
fun.
ulit eh.
Uh, so we have a
Yeah.
few questions for both of you, but here on Kumu, since we're live with all our people here in the audience, feel free to shout us out, everyone. We're also taking questions from you, so please type those in at any point for us to ask our guests. If you want to ask for any tips, whether
Mhm.
it be in beauty or entrepreneurship, this is the place right now. Um, okay, so with that said, let's get right into it. My first question for both of you, you're both entrepreneurs. Miss Guiden, you have two businesses, I believe. And Myrene, you just launched yours on Kumu. So let's start with Miss Guiden first. Can you tell us just quickly about your businesses?
Okay, so my business is about service. So, and recently I just launched a product, but I started with service. It's a beauty service, catering to women who loves lashes, brows, and would love to have their nails done. So it's basically a secret or a speakeasy beauty lounge kind of business. So it has a twist kasi when we go to salons, 'di ba, we can like pagpasok natin, parang it's like a lounge or like a receiving area and then ano na, it's a salon. But sa business ko, it has a twist kasi pagpasok mo, hindi mo siya aakalain na it's a beauty salon or it's a
Mhm.
beauty lounge kasi bar ka agad. Kasi syempre, inisip ko talaga yung mga boyfriend,
I was
husband,
gonna say.
diba? Yung
Waiting
mga boyfriend
area.
and husbands na mag-aantay. So, that's why we have bars there. And then, of course, the Speakeasy Lounge, nasa likod siya nakatago. Well, actually, I started with a service, pero nung pandemic, napag-isipan ko kasi 'di ba na-freeze na din yung beauty salons and we can't operate kasi hindi siya essential. So, I decided to launch my personal brand, which is Lashes, kasi yun talaga yung obsession ko. And then soon, I'm gonna launch it here sa Kumu. Kaya watch out, guys! And sa mga friends who are waiting for the product. Ayan, malapit na po. Ayan, nagkaka-delay lang tayo with the shipment. But I'm so excited for you guys to try it. So basically, that's what I do for now, aside from streaming here sa Kumu, like
Sure.
full-time.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna get into that. I actually have a uh, uh,
Follow
for
up,
that
ano?
speakeasy. Yeah, follow up for that speakeasy you talked
Mhm.
about. My question is, did you take any inspiration from Beauty Bar in New York?
Actually, hindi. Wala talaga. Kasi,
Okay.
to tell you honestly, I had no idea at all. Pero, prior to like starting that, I have a friend kasi who owns a bar. And at the same time, he has a barber shop din doon. So, parang somehow
Oh,
sabi ko, okay, so for men, so why not like create something for women? Pero nung time na yun, wala akong idea about the bar kasi I don't even know how to operate it. I just know about beauty, business. That's all, period. Pero when I was starting kasi the business, I only had like, I think, a 20 SQM space. It's
wow.
located inside a co-working office.
Ah,
So,
okay.
sabi ko, since maraming salons sa paligid, ano yung unique na pwede kong i-offer? So I decided to offer full experience, not just pampering, but it's really full experience na pagpasok mo, it's like it's like pampering service. Like if you need wine, food, kung pwede lang may sarili ka, parang may sarili kang butler, yun yung gusto kong gawin. And then from
Wow.
there, parang in less than 2 months, umingay kami. Kasi I started with walang promotions, no ads, nothing, zero. I just want to know if, or validate my idea, if okay siya. And then in less than 2 months, umingay kami. And a lot of people are messaging us on social media kung saan kami located. Kasi even the address, hindi ko siya nilagay. You have to like really chat and book a
Wow.
service before we give you the map. Parang
I was
ganun
gonna ask
siya.
nga eh.
Wow.
Napansin ko actually, I was gonna ask like saan siya located kasi na-imagine ko pag ito very mga eskolta,
Yeah.
likod ng
Oh my
poblasyon.
gosh, yung
But then secret pala siya.
believe it or not, yung first namin na space where we started just to validate the idea yon. Nasa Rufino Street siya in Makati.
Yep.
Tapos,
Yeah.
it's located in an old building. Like, sobrang old building na sobrang sketchy. Na pagpasok mo talaga, parang saan dito? Tapos, pagpasok mo pa, it's a co-working space. So, parang, saan dito yung beauty lounge? Tapos, tuturo ka na lang na, okay, in one of the rooms there. Tapos, pagpasok mo dun na, it's like an oasis. Kasi, I designed the space talaga na parang ala Bali-inspired ano siya, space, kahit maliit lang siya. And then, yun, from there, it grew and then I decided to move to BGC. So now it's located
Yay.
somewhere
Dapat
in the
Neighborhood.
heart of BGC. That's why
I'm
it's called
gonna
the
go
Secret
searching
Lounge.
now after
Yeah,
this. I was gonna say si Tristan naman is right in the heart of Poblacion. So I figured that
oh,
would have been a potential place for you too na.
actually, that was one of our plan. Even Christopher Star, my friend out there, parang sinabi niya, oh, why not in Poblacion? Kasi maraming speakeasy doon, di ba? And mga bars. Pero, mas nauna kasi kami nakahanap sa BGC. Tapos, binigay pa sa amin ng sobrang maganda yung price doon. Kaya, and kailangan na din namin kasi nung time na yun, like, our customers talaga is growing na and we can't like serve parang we can't like basically serve parang 7 or 8 clients per day kasi limited seats lang siya. Like we can only serve 2 clients every time, like every 2 hours. So if we really want to expand the business, we have to make the space, diba, and grow the space. So, yun.
Love it.
Can't
So,
wait to visit
Myrene.
your salon pag
Yes.
pwede na
Oo nga,
na.
sana matapos na tong pandemya na to, please.
Yet mo book ko
Oo.
pa lang eh. Like it's so hard to get personal care. So speaking of hair and wigs, Miss Myrene, diba? You're called a wig
Yeah.
doctor. So can you tell us more about your what you do?
Okay, so I started actually. A lot of people have been asking me about this, like how did I get into wigs? I started kasi in the theater industry. So I'm a hair and makeup designer for plays here in Manila. And then yung mga international plays na bumibisita sa Pilipinas, I also worked there as a makeup artist and a wig dresser. And from there, I worked with the most amazing, talented, super humble wig makers worldwide, as in like in mga sikat brigada. So that's where I learned. And I saw that here in the Philippines, konti lang ang wig dressers. Filipinos know so little about wigs, how to handle them, what's a good quality wig versus cheap quality. They have little idea lang compared to the rest of the world. So I thought of bringing that out. So just like what Miss Guiden did, naghanap siya ng isang aspect sa kanyang industry na that will make her unique and pop out. So you know that there are so many people selling wigs, so many companies selling wigs here in the Philippines. It's not new. So what I offer is when I sell my wigs, naka-style na siya. Hindi lang siya basta ganito, bagsak. So naka-ano siya, Marie Antoinette, or you want Ariel, or you want Elsa. So it's already styled for you. All you have to do is literally put it on. Yun.
So Pennywise, I saw you post may Pennywise. He did the wig ng famous
Yes,
cosplayer who dressed up as
So cool.
Pennywise.
yes. I collaborate with Prince de Guzman a lot. He's actually Prince and his wife Aoi. They're my number one client. They always come to me for customized wigs. So I custom fit it for their hairline, for their character, for the shape and size of their head. So that's one of the many things I do that not a lot of people here can do. So I'm very proud of
And
that.
Nice.
actually, I didn't know na when you buy wigs pala, hindi pa siya styled. Like, you have to
Yeah,
minsan cut it pa.
Oh
Yes.
So
really?
anyway,
Oh,
you comb it, you have to hairspray it. Oh, para siyang hindi
wow.
siya yung parang t-shirt na wash and wear. Maganda lang, bagsak lang. Kailangan mo pa rin ayusin. So yeah, that's something I offer.
Okay, so we often go into origin stories and so very comic booky. We talk about like how you got into or how you got interested in your respective industry. So can you tell us how for you two did you get into beauty and makeup respectively?
Maybe we can do Miss Guiden again first.
Um, to tell you honestly, it was by accident. Nagtatrabaho ako nun sa pharma for like 7 years. And dumating sa point na parang I feel like I'm not growing anymore. Kasi everything parang gamay ko na siya in terms of work. So one day, parang my ex-fiancé asked me, sabi niya, what else do you wanna learn? So I told him na parang hindi ako marunong mag-eyeshadow. There's a feedback ba? Or
Yeah.
ako lang?
Is anyone playing the stream on their phones? Maybe it's feeding back from the phones, or
Mhm.
Mine's muted though.
I'm on mute.
okay,
Hello?
okay. All
Ayan.
right. Try it again. Try it again.
So, so yun, parang my ex-fiancé asked me if uh, meron pa akong gustong pag-aralan sa life. And I told him I don't know how to put eyeshadow. So one day, nung habang naglalakad kami, may nakita kaming school. Tapos, we went inside. Akala ko kasi it was just like a workshop lang na yung i-enroll ko. I didn't know. It was like a formal class pala siya or school na for 3 months. And then I ended up spending like siguro almost half a million for a makeup lang na wala akong plan kung anong gagawin ko after. So, nung time na yun, since my ex-fiancé was a businessman, sabi niya, oh no, kaya mo, kailangan mo bawiin yung puhunan na yan. Kasi that's a lot. So I was like, okay, anong gagawin ko? And it so happened, like, isa sa mga malls dito sa Philippines, parang they're looking for brand ambassadors. And then, since desperate ako mabawi yung puhunan na yon, nag-apply ako for that position for a part-time lang. And I didn't know, parang they're offering pala, like, malaking project. So I ended up getting the ambassadorship. Tapos, on a weekend lang ako magtatrabaho. And then from there, I fell in love with beauty. And then naging obsession ko yung brows. And then dumating sa point na lashes. And then my ex-fiancé started like teaching me how to do business, how to be unique, how to be innovative. So na-expose ko yung sarili ko sa startup community. So that's when I started like launching the beauty on demand platform. So that was my first beauty talaga business. So it's basically parang a booking app for hair and makeup artist or any stylist. Ganun siya. Pero I ended up parang freezing it muna or parking that business. It's because one of my business partners parang ano, basically tinakbuhan ako. And I cannot sustain the business, so I had to park it. And nung time na yun, nalubog ako sa utang. So I had to think of something like a business, traditional business that will, you know, give me more income para lang mabayaran ko yung utang na yun. So that's why I started, you know, thinking of a unique traditional business. Kaya nabuhay yung The Secret Lounge, PH. It's because of that. So that's why nung time na yun, before ko siya ni-launch, I validated it first kung papatok ba siya sa takilya. If papatok siya, okay, let's go, full blast. Pero pag hindi, okay, let's move to another, concept. Parang gano'n. So it started from there. It was actually by accident. And then, from then on, I started innovating. So the lashes na ginagamit namin sa The Secret Lounge, hindi mo siya makita kahit saang salons. And even the technique, pinag-aralan ko lahat. And even the brand na ilo-launch ko soon, it's gonna be the first kind of lashes kasi pinapatent ko po siya. As in, like, inubos ko lahat ng
Wow.
savings ko just to
Okay.
secure na wala pong gagaya sa akin muna for the first 2 years habang nilo-launch ko siya. Ganon. So, that's
Wow.
how I started everything.
Amazing. Whenever we talk to entrepreneurs, there's always that aspect of risk that we always bring up. And
Yes.
obviously, there was you shared a lesson that it's very nice to hear you talk about something like that happened to you. Talk about it so lightly now because it's in the past and you're clearly
Mm-hmm.
prospering now. So best of luck to you on that. How about you, Myrene? On your end, I know that what you do now, you also had, as you mentioned earlier, you kind of like stumbled into at least your current operation. You kind of came through it by way of the theater industry, as you mentioned. But how did you
Mhm.
even? Let's just even say like, how did you even start in theater, right?
Yes.
And what what about your life uh, ignited that interest in the first place?
Okay, so I actually started as a theater performer when I was in my teens and in my 20s. I'm 21 pa lang, by the way. Joke.
Yes.
Oh, not not
Hey,
20.
sakto naman.
Kala
Hey, does anyone want to see
22
her?
naman.
Do you sing? Does anyone want to see Myrene's show tunes?
Yes.
Let's get them VGs, guys. We need VGs pala here. So anyway,
Yes, please.
song
sorry.
I
request naman
want
dyan. Song request drop.
Oh nga. Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, My.
So yon, I was a theater performer in my 20s. I even was a singer for Hong Kong Disneyland opening team. I was opening team. Woo! Yeah, and then
What
late,
princess?
I wasn't a princess. I was part of the Golden Mickey's show.
Oh,
So
Okay.
yeah, I was singing the Tarzan theme song. So that's my role, Tarzan singer. Yun yung contract ko, Tarzan singer. Yun. So there. But when I was in Hong Kong, was seeing my boyfriend at the time for 11 years already. So we got married, had a family, and then naisip ko, we were back in Manila, and naisip ko, I want to change careers. What else can I do? Because I want to spend time with the family. I don't want to keep on rehearsing till 12 midnight. I already had my first child at the time. And then sabi ng asawa ko, ba't hindi ka na lang mag-hair and makeup? I'm like, oo nga, no? Kasi backstage, even if we were performing and we had makeup artists and hairstylists, I would tell my friend, ako gagawa ng hair mo ngayon, ako gagawa ng makeup mo. Sige, paglaruan kita, ganyan. So, I decided to take a course, a formal course on makeup. And, ayun, so nag-aral ako ng makeup, ng hair. And then at that time, my partners from theater, my colleagues from theater, started creating their own theater companies. And then they needed somebody to do the hair and makeup, decide which looks and what for the actors. And then they realized, oh, si Myrene nag-aral ng makeup. And then she's also a performer. So perfect. It all started with one show. And then after that, tuloy-tuloy na, some companies keep getting me to design wigs, makeup. Ayun. So yun, tuloy-tuloy na. And then here I am in Kumu during this pandemic. I went to Kumu just to, release stress. I just wanted to do what I would used to do. I just wanted to do hair and makeup looks. And then all of a sudden, I got noticed. And then so many things have happened last year. The Kumu Makeup Wars by Miss Guiden. I was the season 2 winner. Woohoo!
Wow, this is so
Champion!
fun. Wow, I want
congrats.
to check it out. Okay.
Oh my gosh, you have to check it out on Instagram, the Kumu Makeup Wars. Yung mga gawa ni Myrene, grabe.
Yeah.
And
So
plugs.
and
You hear
I
that,
want to thank
everyone?
yeah, I want to thank Miss Guiden again and again and again for that because it launched me and it introduced me to Kumu and the Kumu bosses. After that, they got me to host the Halloween event, and
Mm-hmm.
they tapped me now to do selling content for Shop Kumu, and that's where I launched my first ever business na hindi service oriented. Sabi nila, oh, can I
Ooh.
sell my wigs there? I only had 6 wigs at that time. This was last month. Because, ano siya, parang overstock from a Christmas party na in-order ng client, hindi natuloy. Mga 6 to 10, ganun lang. Tapos sabi ko, I have no way of disposing that. Can I sell that on Kumu since I'm gonna be selling anyway? It's like, sure. So you have to launch your brand. Ganyan nga, like, okay, let's launch our brand. Sige, ayusin natin and go sell the wigs. And then to my surprise, I sold my first selling stream. I was able to sell 6 products. That's like, wow. I wasn't even expecting to sell one.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I was so happy. So if you say Miss Guiden is like already pabalik na. Ako pa umpisa pa lang. So, I'm also listening to Miss Guiden's tips and she's also an inspiration to me. So, yun.
Thank
So,
you naman, Miss
Myrene,
Mike.
you already talked about partly you already told us about your entry into Kumu. So since you credit Miss Guiden dun sa origin story mo sa Kumu, how about you, Miss Guiden? Like how did you start? Kung si Miss Myrene ay pasimula pa lang at ikaw pabalik na, like
Ay,
saan yung ano mo? Paano ka?
feeling ko hindi pa ako pabalik. Parang ang haba pa ng tatahakin
Oh,
kung bago ko
Oo, that's
makuha
valid.
yung
Hindi naman
gusto
ano.
talaga. Nako
That's
guys,
totally
sobrang dami pa akong marami pa akong kailangan matutunan and marami pa akong pinapangarap na hanggang ngayon hindi ko pa siya na-achieve but I'm getting there. How I started Kumu?
Wait, sorry. I think we're getting some feedback
Yes.
again. I'll lower my volume. Can you try it again? Guiden?
Hello? Hello? Ayun,
Okay,
how
well,
I started Kumu? Tama ba?
Yes. Yes.
let's go.
So I started Kumu with the intention of supporting a friend. So before kasi when Roland, the CEO,
Shout out to
was
Roland
planning
Ross.
to Roland Ross, shout out to you, was planning to launch the app. Christopher Starr and I had kasi events before. So we started the Drink Entrepreneurs where we invite, business owners, investors, and aspirants to join and have drinks with us while we connect them with, different people. And then we also have like, what do we have? There's a lot like TEDx, and then there's this one event, Tech in Asia, I think, if I'm not mistaken. That was like Tech in Asia, where we
Yeah.
invited Roland to talk and be one of our speakers. Tapos doon, expose ako with the app, and then Christopher Starr and I decided to, support and check the app. And yun, pero si Christopher Starr talaga ang nag-umpisa. And then after a year, he asked me to download the app. So I downloaded it, and then one of my friends asked me kasi what to do kasi she's planning on like spreading awareness about mental health kasi nung time na yun wala pa talaga, no one talks about mental health pa nung time na yun. So I told her why not start by downloading the app Kumu. So basically she started, I downloaded the app pero hindi ko siya ginagamit, and then my friend downloaded it and started streaming. And then nung time kasi na yun, parang she's kind of introvert pagdating sa online. So she asked me if I can co-host with her. So every time pupunta siya sa Secret Lounge, dalawa kami mag-host doon. Kasi medyo, extrovert ako. So, tinutulungan ko siya. And then eventually, ang dami kong na-discover sa app, like especially makeup artists, na parang hindi sila masyadong nare-recognize sa app. So imagine they're doing makeup for like hours, pero no one's watching them. No one's giving them gifts. Ganyan. So a lot of people na nakilala ko, nadi-disheartened sila. So basically, nagstay ako sa app as a gifter. So I started, topping up and like dropping gifts
Really?
to
What?
makeup
Good
artists.
Samaritan.
Para lang to encourage them na, hey, you're
Ano meron
doing
ng gifter
great.
dito, no?
Oo,
nga.
ganun.
Sige.
Kasi
Santa
imagine,
Claus.
kahit maliit lang yun na gift, sobrang na-appreciate nila yun. It's like parang,
Yeah.
ano tawag nito? Parang it's like an applause sa kanila pag may nag-drop ng gifts. So, yun, I started from there. And then, nagkaroon ako ng burden. Sabi ko, paano tong mga makeup artists na to mag-earn and ma-recognize? Kasi parang a lot of people are getting their blue checks nung time na yun or verified checks. Like mga singers, dancers, rappers. Pero what about the makeup artists na sobrang galing? So I decided to come up with a big competition na nag-shell out ako ng malaking pera just to make ingay here sa Kumu. And then, from then on, it's like, I don't know if you're familiar of RuPaul's or America's Next
Yeah.
Top Model. Parang
Pretty
ganun siya,
familiar.
pero makeup artist. So, ganun. And then from there, naging successful siya. And then sa second season namin, may malaking brand na nag-sponsor and nag-commit where yun na yung time kung saan si Miss Myrene nag-join. Actually, in-encourage ko siya mag-join. Although I know Miss Myrene is sobrang sikat na and sobrang magaling na talaga siya. And kung
Uy,
iisipin na
hindi ako
parang,
sikat.
I don't need
Yes.
that. I don't need that kind of exposure. Yun yung ine-expect ko sa kanya. Pero nung time kasi na yun, I want her to join lang para lang ma-notice siya. Kasi sobrang galing na galing ako sa kanya. Sa
Oh,
makeup,
thank
sa
you.
wigs niya and everything.
Parang make way for the professional.
Oo. So, mabuti na
Send
lang
in
she
the
said yes.
cavalry.
So, she stayed talaga and said yes and stayed sa competition. Hindi siya nag-ano kahit may mga days na parang pagod na siya. Go pa din. And then, yun. It started from there. Show. Ay, may feedback
Yeah.
ba?
Oh, well. Anyway, that's the perfect transition to Myrene and your side of the story. Now, you mentioned uh, your debut was really on Miss Guiden's show, but from there, let's talk more about what you do on Kumu now and your business that you mentioned earlier. How have you found your footing on Kumu?
So, that's a good question. So, since last year's crazy Halloween time, coupled with the finale of Kumu Makeup Wars, it was such a hectic month, last quarter of the year for me. So, I started concentrating on avant-garde makeup looks. So, parang nakikita ko that's what sells
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they put me on Kumu's social TV, Kumu Spotlight, where I'm only given 1 hour. So whatever look I decided to do, I had to make sure I could do it in 1 hour. So all of these wigs, makeup, minsan
Wow,
kakanta ako. So like
that's hard.
Sample.
it was hard. Like uh, sige. So, for example, when my stream from last year, I did a fire makeup with hair. So, I sang a song with fire. So, parang ganon. So, all
Wow.
encompassing. Because that's my background. My makeup and hair has to reflect the character or the song. So, I try to present that to in my shows. So, ano kaya? Ano ba? Ano gusto nyo kantahin ko? Any request, guys?
Yeah, let's get
Drop a VG.
everyone.
Yan. Perfect
Let's
live
let's
VG.
let's get
Yun
some
na.
requests. Let's get some more talk going. And a reminder: anyone can send in questions to ask also, and then we'll incorporate them into our little discussion here. But yeah, if you want to, we are accepting song requests for Myrene, and make sure to keep sharing the live. Keep
Then for
Yes,
sharing.
Pawi
please.
ba? Song
Uh
request for Pawi. If
nah, nah, yeah, I didn't warm up, Tristan. We know this. Yeah,
Ayan. So, shout out muna to my friend Sammy Palambiano if you're still there. Shout out to you. So, and also to add to that, I wanted to continue Miss Guidance tradition of exploiting, so to speak, the makeup artists here on Kumu. Kasi nga, I feel that I felt that in the beginning of my streams, nobody would watch mga six lang, even if the content was high quality. Like I said, I would teach people how to cut hair, how to color hair, but no, we weren't getting noticed. So that's why I joined the contest so that more people would know about what I do in Kumu. So after winning the contest, I tried to continue on that tradition with my personal streams being uh, I have a stream entitled Makeup Artist Feature, where I just collaborate with a random makeup artist that I don't know or a makeup
mm,
enthusiast, interview them, what got them into makeup, where people can follow them. So basically, yun nga, continuing the tradition that Miss Guidance set throughout the whole year, not just
yeah.
during the contest. So that's what we've been doing, and I'm so happy now in Spotlight. We have a makeup contest show. Spotlight search for makeup artists, the glow up section. Yan.
There we go.
Yeah. So they
All
asked
right,
me
you
to
hear
host
that,
and
everybody?
such. Yeah. So yung mahilig mag-makeup dyan, it's your time to shine kung gusto nyo mapasama sa Spotlight.
You
Ayan.
heard that, Tristan? It's time to bring out our new quarantine talents that
sige,
Go,
since
that
Tristan.
I've been
kala
hiding
pinapasabi
since
mo ako.
March 2020.
Since gato na yung hair ko, mag-ano na ako. Guy
Oh,
liner.
Uh,
ready ka na,
Gaganon
Tristan.
ako.
You know what I realized, Myrene? You should really be shouldn't you should really be taking advantage of the fact that a lot of people can't get haircuts right now, and then you just sell wigs that they don't need.
Wigs for
Which
shorter hair. Pwede ba
trend?
You
yun?
have your first two customers here. We
There
have your
is.
first,
There are wigs for short for
yeah,
guys. There are.
yeah. So it's always such a pleasure to in episodes such as this where we get to chat with creative entrepreneurs, and obviously that's a very like loose, dualistic term. Almost every episode we have on Inside the Industry is with a creative entrepreneur. With you two specifically, it's definitely on the more artistic creative, but we love how you've integrated that. One thing that I also noticed that both of you shared in common was uh, when you were talking about your origin stories. Ever since the beginning, you already had like that entrepreneurial spirit. Na? You had that hustle, right? I know this is like a Rappler's hustle podcast, but it was right there. And then obviously you had the support of your partners to do a little bit of A/B testing, if you will, for you
That's
marketers.
true.
But I think that's why you were able to, as Miss Guiden mentioned earlier, the Kumu landscape, as vibrant as it is, it's no joke. Like it's hard to stand out. So so kudos to both of you. Our next
Thank
question
you.
is, why don't you take us through a day in your life, or maybe a week in your current life, especially now in this lockdown situation. Tell us how your day to day like business goes, both on Kumu with your regular Kumu streams and outside of Kumu. Um, we'll go with Miss Gaiden again for this one first.
I would say Kumu is life. Like it's 24/7. I even sorry everyone, but I even sleep to stream like every night.
Parang
No
Spider-Man
ma'am,
kahapon.
James, I'm so sorry. Yes, I sleep guys to stream every night, but parang it has been in my DNA. Parang I feel like, okay, there's Kumu everywhere na. It's in my bloodstream. So every day, syempre aside from Kumu, I'm a multitasker. So habang nagwo-work ako sa laptop ko, nasa Kumu ako. Or kung minsan, maglalabas lang ako ng Kumu because I had to do like stuff like sa phone ko. Pero after that, Kumu ulit. Kumu when I wake up. Kumu till I fall asleep. So, it's basically Kumu every day. Since nung pandemic naman, everything's online. So, like for example, with the business, like sa product na side ko naman, I can always do it sa laptop. So, habang habang ginagawa ko siya sa laptop ko, nakakumu din. So, paano ba? Kumu talaga every day. I wake up, kumu because I have a morning show, and then after that, I'll just take a shower, and then back to kumu again habang nagtatrabaho, kain kumu, tulog kumu, tapos gising ulit kumu. So basically yun yung araw ko.
Wow.
Wow.
How about you, Myrene? Same.
Wow. Not the same because, like I mentioned earlier, I have a family. I have two kids. I have one in grade six now. I can leave alone, but my younger son is 5 years old, turning five pala. So he has weekly school twice a week. I have to be hands on.
Right.
I feel like this pandemic mas challenging for me to work. I don't know if it's, I'm sure hindi lang ako, yung mga moms who work from home. Kasi if I'm in the
Mhm.
office or if I'm in the theater, nobody disturbs me there. I can work on the wig, finish it in the timeline. Pero when I'm at home, there's mommy, I need this, mommy, we need to eat. There's always something. But of course, family comes first because I know that my family comes first at the end of the day in our deathbeds. We won't remember what we didn't do for work, but we will always remember
Mhm.
our loved ones. So they come first for me. Anyway, pag lumaki na yung son ko, may time dyan na hindi na niya ako papansinin. So, I'm trying to save her that time. Oh, nag-guilty ata si Tristan.
Ikaw
So,
I'm
si Tristan.
family ano naman ako. Close lang sa
Very
family
good.
ko.
Very good. So, yun, it's challenging for me. So, I wake up, family muna, usually lunch. and then update on social media, and then I do wigs. So there's a lot of behind the scene work that goes on with what I do since I have to style the wigs. I stream it sometimes. Sometimes I will
Yeah.
do tambay stream with friends where I'll be, you know, making a wig from scratch, but I'm talking to someone there while doing the wig. So yes, I try to incorporate Kumu in my everyday tasks if I can.
Yeah. That seems to work quite well on this platform, no? Like um almost almost anything you do is
Mm-hmm.
streamable, especially if you have an
Yeah.
audience. Like for us, for instance, like I said, Tristan and I have been doing this for close to 2 years now, but it's only now with Kumu and with Rappler and Kumu that we realized, hey, people can actually quote unquote attend the live recording of it. Get to hear all of our mistakes, get to send in
Mm-hmm.
questions. By the way, for everyone out there, shout out to Carson, Minette, Dane. Feel free to send questions and please send some diamonds over. But yeah, it's a very interesting platform. We're still getting acquainted with, right, Tristan? We haven't gotten the full hang of
Yeah, oo nga.
Kumu yet.
Actually, yeah, it's like so often we ask our guests and like how they adapt their life kasi like you talked about integrating like even the little things. I was gonna ask that actually before na um you mentioned Miss Myrene na iba yung you did things differently before but now it's like it's collapsed na even your home life and your professional life it
Yes.
became one
Naghahalo-halo. Yeah.
this pandemic
Yeah.
and
But
especially paano yun 'di ba before you were really in the theater.
yeah.
So, like, are
So
there any specific instances na you get to continue yung parang ganong craft and then, or like, how did you adapt some of those parang theater creative outlets into this life not pre-pandemic, amidst pandemic?
ayun. Usually, dati, if we have a theater, all my work-related stuff, all the wigs, all the makeup, it's all there in the office, in the theater, kumbaga. But now, buti na lang, ako yung nagsastock na rin ng wigs because sometimes, pag nilalagay sa stock room, nadudumihan, nagugulo. So, ako yung nagtatago. So what I did was they're all since they're all here, I'm able to play around with them, revive them or fix them or wash them, and I'm able to borrow them. Don't get mad for my streams. I'm able to borrow them, but ayun, so I'm able to continue the tradition of hair and makeup for theater in our daily content. Halimbawa, we formed our own group here in Kumu called PAK. It's the Performing Artists of Kumu. Basically, theater people. We have
Nice. I love it.
choreographers, yes, actors,
Mm-hmm.
choreographers, dancers, makeup artists like me. So all our content is theater related. So we're trying to make the theater come alive here in Kumu. So we're trying to, nagagamit ko yung mga wigs and makeup looks ko dun sa mga shows na ginagawa namin for that. For
Tristan,
PAK.
it's that community part again that we always hear in these episodes. Na
Community theater.
yeah,
Community theater.
yeah, community theater
I like
exactly.
that. I
No,
like that.
it's yeah. We get it in every episode. It's again, we're getting to know Kumu a lot more about all the wonderful all wonderful things all of you are doing, including all of you out there in the audience. And especially in this time where all industries are under turmoil, it's now more than ever we need that kind of thing. On that note, and moving now looking into the future, hopefully a brighter future. Miss Guiden, we know that with your shows it has galvanized a lot of people, a lot of introverts, as you know, who
Mm-hmm.
managed to thrive here on Kumu, and are perhaps we're seeing some growth, I guess, in your industry or in this field of yours. So our next question to both of you is, what are your predictions for the Filipino makeup and beauty community? How are we all gonna how are we as if I'm a part of it, but how are we all gonna get out of this pandemic together? What do you think are the trends that are gonna exist after we get out of this pandemic and as we continue here on Kumu?
Actually, ano na siya, sobrang obvious na siya. Yung, in terms naman of the business sa beauty industry, I can say that the beauty industry is very lucrative. Kahit pandemic, I was able to study the market and even like prior like launching the brands, binalidate ko lahat. And you know what I found out? It's very interesting ha. That kahit pandemic, people are still, spending so much money on beauty. And I started to question why. And then I found out na since eto, nabuhay nga ng Kumu. So, lahat online na. And syempre, wala namang mag-online na hindi naka-prep, diba? So, a lot of people are spending
Yeah.
money na. And even men, they do spend money na on, like, let's say, eto straight men ha. Pero before kasi, hindi pa sila marunong with the concealer. Pero ngayon, bumibili na sila ng concealer. And I even like encounter people like straight men na asking kung what's the best concealer to hide their blemishes kasi syempre pagod na sila, hindi sila natutulog because of like online engagements or whatever. So, nag-start ako magtaka. Sabi ko, why? Sabi ko, since, di ba, parang ang daming nawalan ng trabaho, ang daming, ano tawag nito, ang daming, in terms naman sa business, like, for example, hindi na ganun kaganda yung sales nila, pero bakit nagsuspend pa din yung tao? And I found out na yung tao talaga, before women, yung women kasi, mas gugustuhin nila bumili ng makeup kesa sa kumain. So, ganun ako. So,
We're going to ask you
magbabudget
first.
kami sa food. Or di kaya magpapalibre kami sa food. Tapos yung makeup, magsuspend kami. And we always go for quality. And nung time nung pandemic na yon, parang, di ba, the secret lounge kasi it's not like, it's hindi, to tell you honestly, hindi naman siya like afford ng lahat. Pero kahit nung nag-open kami after the MECQ, tama ba? Oo. Dami pa din nagbubook sa amin and they're spending a lot of money in just one transaction, 7,000, 8,000, isang upo lang nila, and they go to the lounge every other week. So parang 14,000 or let's say 10,000 every month for beauty lang, for your lashes, nails, or brows. Yun lang, period. And then when I launched the product, the lashes, especially here sa Kumu, less than 2 months na sold out siya kahit hindi pa na-try ng
Wow.
mga tao. And bulk of my orders galing pa dito sa Kumu. And even from the States, umorder pa sila from Hong Kong, Dubai.
Wow.
Umorder sila and they're willing to spend money just to experience the product. Kasi sa beauty industry, people are, especially women, sobrang, pag may bago, gusto nilang itry agad. Kahit hindi mo siya isi-sell, like right in their face, they wanna try it. So, yeah, it's very interesting. And yung prediction ko actually, based on the study, it's gonna continue to grow, the beauty industry, regardless of the situation, regardless of this pandemia. Of course, yung expect na grow talaga is not as much as like before na sobrang grabe yung beauty industry kasi the margin and the markup is really high. Like for example, to tell you honestly, for a service, like for example, having your lashes done, that's just siguro total cost nun, it's just 100 pesos. But in the beauty industry, you're paying for the skills, the material, the quality of the service, etc., etc. So, you ended up paying 2,000 pesos or 2,500 for 100
Wow.
pesos ng puhunan. Something like that. So, like in terms naman of products, malaki talaga yung margin and markup. That's why, even if it's pandemic, mag-grow pa din yung beauty industry, especially nowadays, especially here in Philippines na medyo social media capital tayo.
Mm-hmm.
So
To
yeah,
look pretty.
yun talaga yung expectation ko. Amen. Like, sige, inaano ko na yung blessings.
So asking for a friend, ano daw yung best considered for men?
Wow! You know, there's the best brand na I've tried, ha?
Okay.
Go check out the War Paint. That's makeup for men.
Hey, that's
War Paint.
yeah, that's my friend's. I think I think
Kasi for
I
friend ka
know
rin,
that I
Avi.
know the people, but yes, yes,
Mm-hmm.
I've heard of them. Okay,
Kasi it's,
yeah,
yeah, it's perfectly curated for men eh. Pero, maraming brands actually. I don't know if I can mention. Hindi naman kami bayad ni Miss Myrene. So, there's a lot of brands. You can PM me.
Yeah.
Ayan. Pero the war paint, it's okay kasi hindi naman siya dito sa
yeah.
Philippines. It's outside Pinas naman. So,
Well, Tristan, I was gonna say, I hope our bosses are listening here. I now that we are on screen talents, maybe we need to throw some hair and makeup onto the
War,
mix.
Allowance. Hair
gusto
makeup
parang Ultimate
allowance.
Warrior, may ganun.
Yeah. You know, just some basics,
Yeah.
just some basic touch ups. You know, that's all we're asking. Anyway,
Magkita ba
how
pores
about
ko?
ano? Oo nga eh.
Magkita ba
I don't
pores
want to
ko?
get too close to the camera. I don't want you to see the the real me. Joke. Keep on sending those diamonds, by the way. Thanks everyone. We're actually winding down. We got our last couple of questions here. So but feel free to send some more in. Try to sneak those in. Um Shout out to Marga from the Rappler team. By the way, she's already sorting out our beauty setups as we speak. So anyway, Myrene, again, you have a very interesting niche angle on all this too. So we're also very curious to hear about some of your predictions from the hair and makeup side of theater as well as the dramatic arts, film, and we already know how much it can be applied to into other things such as platforms like Kumu. One thing that I'm not sure if we mentioned, for instance, but another popular thing that nerds like Tristan and myself are familiar with are yung mga cosplayers and stuff. We know that hair
Yeah.
and makeup is also big in like the in fan culture. So anyway, what would you say are some of your predictions for the future of that?
Predictions for the future, but just to echo what Miss Guiden said, I think people are spending now, even if there's a pandemic, people are spending on their makeup and wigs. I see a lot of them wear wigs or do makeup looks they haven't even done or tried before, just because of one, boredom, number two, they have more time, number three, why not? Mali mo, kaya ko. So I always encourage everyone to try it out. That's a way to release stress. Yeah, that's it worked for me, and who knows what's gonna happen. Just do what you love to do. So I think people are on that mindset. That's why they're spending more on these cosmetic products, hair accessories, ayan. And also, I have to thank Miss Guided again for sending me her lashes. Totoo po
oh,
yan, nag-order ako ng Lucia lashes. Hindi ako umabot. But I use the lashes that she gave me for my spotlight every week. I use them a lot. So, there.
thank you
Nice.
so much, Miss Myrene, for
Lucia lashes.
supporting.
Tristan and I will be leaving our addresses dito sa chat. Just in case you want to you need any more people to test it out.
Parang may lashes ka eh.
Oy, FYI ha, a lot of straight men na ngayon, nagpapa-lash lift na din. I was surprised. As in, like, straight man
Or
nagpapa-lash lift.
eyebrows. The
And
Yeah,
eyebrow
brows.
maybe you know
shampoo. Yeah.
it's something worth fixing up. I will never discount that. So yes. All right. We'll take you up on that offer. A joke you didn't even offer. But anyway, Tristan.
Impose the offer. Yeah. So anyway, since we talked about predictions now, let's go on a more personal level. So like we want to ask like what's next for both of you, like both in terms of Kumu and like your personal careers.
Mhm.
So wanna start?
Um,
Okay, sige, Miss Guiden, ikaw na.
ang dami kong plans. Here sa Kumu, right now, I plan to produce more shows. Pero produce na lang. Ayoko na pong mag-host kasi parang sa sobrang dami kong commitments, kung minsan, like, aapektuhan na din yung business ko na side since I'm planning to grow the brand talaga eventually, sana hopefully, pag pumatok siya sa Philippines. But I'm planning to expand my business outside Philippines. But ngayon, while working on that, with Kumu naman, what I plan to do is to be able to influence more people to give and support artists and at the same time encourage people to ano talaga, ano tawag nito, glow and grow and at the same time,
Yes.
share
Love
their
it.
experience, their skills, ganyan. And actually, recently, yung passion ko talaga is to really break the mindset of the people. That's why recently, pumatok yung show ko called The Naked Truth, where we talk about everything and anything that most people are embarrassed or scared to talk about. As in like hashtag real talk doon, no BS. Like for example, we don't invite guests. Like everyone is our guest. Like lahat ng viewers, we ask them to come up and share their experience, talents, and it's because of that, a lot of people ngayon, nagiging malandi na. And hallelujah to that. Kasi di ba pag inisip natin flirting, parang
Uh,
negative kaagad sa mga Pinoy yung word na flirting. Pero because of the show, we influence them to speak out, lalo na yung mga babae. If you like someone, tell that person you like them. Period. Huwag na magpadalos-dalos or magpakipot or whatever. And of course naman, in terms naman of, like, for example, pag sinabi niya, oh, I'm so sorry but I see you as a friend, don't think as parang rejection. Just take
mm,
it as a confirmation na okay, hindi tayo same na nararamdaman, so let's move on. Parang ganon. So yun yung ginagawa ko now sa Kumu, just to influence and break the mindset and, the misconception. And in terms naman of business, what I'm trying to do right now, which thank you talaga sa mga Kumu friends ko who are supporting, I plan to
yeah.
actually expand the business. That's why I have the distributors outside Philippines na. Nung nakilala ko sila lahat dito sa Kumu. So I have distributors in the US na, in Dubai, Hong Kong, Singapore, and Canada. So, yun yung plan ko is to really grow the brand and set up yung brand ko here also because I have a Kumu shop here. I have an account, guys. Please do follow best_innovations kasi doon po namin ilalagay yung products na um, ilo-launch namin this coming May. So that's what I plan to do is basically expand my business here sa Kumu and at the same time as a live streamer also. And in terms of business, grow the business like and expand and leverage. Yun, basically ang dami kong plans. Pero basically ngayon, yun na muna. Let's take one step at a time.
Yes. And glow, as you said, na keep on glowing. Get your glow up, yo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. I
Glow.
love it. I love the energy. How about you, Myrene? What's next for you?
So what's next in the near future? This coming May, actually next month, you have the spotlight search for the glow up section. That's calling all makeup enthusiasts. We will have a contest for that. Watch out my on my post. I will post the mechanics and also May din sa magkakaroon ng Flores de Mayo event dito sa Kumu. So, unahan ko na kayo. It'll star not just me, nandun din si Prince de Guzman and other makeup artists here on Kumu and anybody can join. Girl, boy, everything in between. Ayan, magpapasabog tayo ng makeup and fashion looks for Flores de Mayo event. Ayun. So, that's in the near future. But in the far future, I'm also branching out into other platforms such as YouTube. That is my way of educating the Filipinos about wig technology because I really want to educate our kababayan. So most of my content, ginagawa kong Tagalog so I can reach the farthest regions of our country para naiintindihan ng lahat and lahat pag lahat ng tao edukado tungkol sa mga wigs, sa technology ng wigs, they can be better buyers, 'di ba? So
Mhm.
everybody wins. They learn and then the wig
Yeah.
sellers also earn. So yun ang aking plan for the year is yon. So please follow
Nice.
me on all my social media. Thank you.
We will add it sa show notes na lang
Yes,
para
thank
all
you.
our viewers can follow it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we're wrapping up the episode very nicely. So I just wanna end it with so can you share any last bits of advice for all the aspiring beautypreneurs and wig doctors. So, do you want to start, Miss Guiden? Like any tips?
Siguro the recent one na I did was to challenge yourself, okay? Especially it's pandemic, so nasa bahay lang tayo and we tend to order foods or eat a lot and unconsciously nagiging heavy na tayo. So if you want to be more fit and active pa din yung lifestyle natin, why not try to challenge yourself by telling your friend, okay, if I'm not gonna depende kung ano goal mo. Like, for example, if I'm not gonna lose 2 kilos within the month, I will give you 10,000 pesos. Yan yung recent na ginawa ko. Oh my gosh, I offered my friend 10,000 pesos just to track me
Yeah.
if I lose weight or not. If hindi ako makapag-lose weight ng 5 kilos, I will give her 10,000 pesos. So, up to you kung ano yung gusto nyong i-challenge sa friend nyo and give something na parang alam mo ayaw mo ibigay para lang it will encourage you to, do yung mga bagay na hirap ka umpisahan.
Can I
Kahit,
volunteer, Miss Guiden? Ako na lang magta-track.
kahit di mo friend, okay lang bigyan ako ng 10,000 if meron siya naghahanap ng pagbibigyan.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Diba?
Pwede mo mag-volunteer, guys. Ako magta-track.
Kayo volunteer. Sayang, na-offer ko na sa isa, hindi ko na-afford yung dalawa.
I love this challenge right now. Anyway, how about you, Myrene? What are your last words of wisdom for not just people tuning in here to the stream, but all the people who will be listening to this episode on the sound waves?
Oh, so to all the listeners and all the viewers, my one advice that I should have, that I wanted to tell myself if I was going to talk to
Mm.
myself a year from now is to just start it. Whatever you're planning, just start doing it. You want to explore avant-garde makeup? Go ahead, just start it. Just do it now. You want to do wigs? Just do it now. You want to be a live streamer? You want to be a YouTuber? Just start it. That's the first
Yeah.
step, and then from there it gets easier and easier. But things won't happen unless you start. So go ahead,
Amen.
guys, start it.
Awesome. I love that. I think to combine both of yours, it's kind of like if you need that extra push as well, add a little bit of motivation.
Yeah.
Add like you said, misguided, like the social aspect. You have a friend in, you have to declare it to them. You hold them
Mm-hmm.
accountable. Maybe there's money involved. Maybe there's something at stake. So I love
Mm-hmm.
it. Learning so much from you two. That wraps up our interview, everyone. But we're not gonna let you go just yet. We're gonna wrap this episode as we always do with our play of the week. Now we talked a lot about work. We're gonna talk about play next. Any fun activities or recommendations for our listeners to unwind from the busyness of business? So who wants to go first?
Me, I want to go first. I would
Okay.
say use this Kumu, this platform to get to know more people and build relationship. Kasi guys, I also encourage Pawi and Tristan na aside from this, just to go online and meet new friends. Like go to random streams, say hi and hello, get to know them. Kasi you will be amazed with the people na makikilala mo. You can actually build
Amen.
more friends here. Kasi we noticed there are a lot of Kumu users, pero iilan lang yung nag-engage. So, if you start like using Kumu and make use of that time and maximize it to get to know people, it's gonna be amazing. And at the same time, surprise ka how stress reliever Kumu is. Like me personally, like pag sobrang stressed ako, I go to Kumu because like talking to a friend or seeing friends na may ginagawa sila na sobrang funny or whatever, like mga kalokohan, siya,
Yeah.
nakaka-relax. So, yun. Just maximize this platform, enjoy it, and at the same time, try to engage.
Nice.
True.
Perfect. Myrene, how about you?
So, tama si Miss Guiden, yun din sasabihin ko. First thing that came to my mind, Kumu. Because
Mhm.
Kumu is a way to connect with people. So it doesn't have to be, if you're not comfortable yet, connect to people on other platforms. Basta just, or lalayo pa ba tayo? Mag-makeup kayo at mag-wig kayo, malay nyo. I know a lot of people who've never touched a makeup brush before, pero nung nag-makeup, like, what? First time mo yan gawin? Ang galing-galing! So, you'll never know. So, connect with people, number one. And number two, my play-by-play, explore hair and makeup. Yan.
Yeah.
Nice. Tristan, that's our homework. You should explore, ha? That's very flexible.
Dude, na makeup
Yes,
na ako
Pawi
dati.
and Tristan, we hope to see you sa Kumu. Pag nakita nyo
Yeah.
kami nag-stream, just say hi and hello kasi we don't know kung ano yung personal account nyo sa Kumu.
I know,
But
I'm here.
please
I'm here in
say,
the stream. I just said that. I think I
really,
sent the message.
wala
I'm
pa
here on the
kasi ako
stream.
sa
Howie
Kumu, so
Fiction, yo.
I can't see
Yeah.
it.
Girlfriend ka daw na gano'n,
But,
nag-drop ng video right now.
Yeah.
When we
Shout
talking
out to
about makeup.
Mar.
So yeah, so may makeup na yata ako. So,
Ayan. Tristan, how about yours? What's yours?
ako, like, I've been rekindling my, ano ba, tawag doon, relationship with film recently. Kasi, like, I've been reading a lot of scripts. Kasi I'm part of this film fest, kind of ba, late this year. So, we're going over scripts right now. So, like, nakakatuwa lang, like, seeing all these fresh ideas. And then, playing a lot of I've been playing a lot of video games as usual. Pawi knows this. So I've been
Yes.
playing
That's the
Cyberpunk,
default.
the
So
broken
you're back on
Cyberpunk
Cyberpunk.
2077.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I appreciate the story because it's I like the themes here. It's set in the future, talking about corporate greed, like imagining what the future would become, like ano ba, 50 years from now. So
Yeah.
it's definitely a broken game, but I'm enjoying it naman because of the story lang.
The
Really, that's it
art
for
in it
me.
is pretty cool. Myrene, maybe you can get some inspirations there for
Oh
some of
yeah,
Yes.
the
very punk
cyberpunky.
I love cyberpunk.
tech
I'm
punk.
gonna
Yeah.
do one of those looks soon. Watch out.
Yes, there we go.
Yes.
I love it. Okay,
Same.
so last but not least, I'm just riffing off of Tristan here. So I also got to rekindle some of my background is also originally in filmmaking. So I had the pleasure of attending last last week the Ricky Lee masterclass as part of Cinemalaya. So it was a 3 hour thing on Zoom. There were 1,700 people in attendance. So it was certainly an event. So yeah, again, Miss Guiden, speaking of these like online communities now. So on that note, not only was the workshop fantastic, I finally got to hear from the master himself, but though the attendees of the workshop, we started a Facebook group now because we got to bond through that experience called Screenwriting PH on Facebook. So it's a closed group, but for all you screenwriters out there who need that support, especially right now when we're all kind of distanced and locked down at home, and if no one in your direct circles is free to give you feedback on a script, then check out this Facebook group right now. It's pretty active. That's Screenwriting PH. And for those of you out there who are like us and who are into writing, just keep writing, yo. Keep writing every day. We're all in
Yes.
this together. You can even stream your writing. Not Miss Guy. We're
Pang
compiling
community
our
Oh.
stream
theater.
ideas here.
Pang
Yes.
community theater.
Well, actually, Ms. Gaiden mentioned it in the chat, but first of all, thanks so much for a fantastic interview. Let's also leave
Thank
our
you.
audience with last plugs on where to find each of us. So, Ms. Gaiden, how can people follow you on any platforms?
Yes, guys, please do follow me here on Kumu. If you haven't like followed me yet, if it's okay lang, I do shows every morning. It's called Pamilya Saranggola News. That's every 8:30 ng umaga, Mondays to Fridays, and also every Saturday we have the Naked Truth. That's 12 noon Philippines time, and at night naman we have the Showbiz Central or the Labas of Kumu, where we talk about the chismes of different personalities, celebrities, and also featured streamers and not non-featured streamers here sa Kumu. And at the same time, watch out for the what do you call this? For the launching of my brand. So please do follow best_innovations kasi doon namin ilalagay yung Loshay Beauty, and do follow us also on Instagram at Loshay beauty. And if you have time, please do check out the Secret Lounge PH. Although wala pa kami, we're not open yet, pero
Mm.
hopefully by May po. Ayan.
May
Nice.
Jamil ba
Myrene?
sa
Oh,
chismis na yun? May Jamil.
May,
you know,
oh, watch out! Meron, pero this coming weekend ata, meron kami isang pasabog na sikat na mga YouTuber personalities na
oh, snap.
dito nila
Okay.
ilalabas sa Kumu yung totoong story talaga kung bakit sila nag-decide maghiwalay. Although hindi pa siya alam sa public na naghiwalay na sila. But yeah,
Wow.
this
Ooh.
this
That's a
this
scoop.
Pawi, abangan mo yun, ha?
oo,
I was gonna
abangan
say
nyo yan.
Tristan already pre-registered for that. He already knows about it. How about you, Myrene? How can people keep up with you and your business?
Yeah, so please follow me on all my social media platforms. That's Myrene.wigs hair makeup here on Kumu, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Just one name everywhere, Myrene.wigs hair makeup. That's all. Thank you.
Nice, nice. Well, we'll definitely do that. And obviously, everyone, if you haven't already, please follow Rappler.com on Kumu. Rappler, DOTCOM. So it's spelled out. We're gonna be bringing you more shows. I myself have a personal Kumu account, as you see in the stream. It's Pawi Fiction, PAWI Fiction. That's also my Instagram. That's where I'm active as well. How about Tristan? You? Any plugs on your end? We never do this, so
Yeah, very reclusive ako eh. Anyway, like my accounts are all Tristan Zinampan. So, wala mo lang
nice.
creativity. So,
There we
that's it.
go. Okay, you and I just got what, like two more followers after tonight. That's a big win. All right,
Optimistic na
well,
yun.
uh, well, that's it, ladies. Thank you so much for joining us on the stream.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you for
us.
having us. Thank you so much, Pawi and Tristan. We enjoyed
Thank
Thank
sobra.
you.
you.
Yeah,
Parang
We
yeah,
casual
yeah.
wanted to be
kwentuhan
here.
lang.
We'll hop on your streams, man. That's our homework, nah? Yeah.
Yes,
Yes, please.
please.
Thank you. And
And
masaya
thank
siya. Let's do tambay stream.
Yes. Thank you
Yeah.
out there for listening. If you haven't already, please stay tuned to Hustle Inside the Industry on all podcast platforms, including Spotify and Apple, where you can leave us a rating, by the way. And most of all, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. That's it, everyone. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Have a good night,
Thank you,
Kumu.
guys.
Bye. Thank you,
Thank
everyone
you.
who
Goodbye.
watched.
See you next time.
Thank you, Miss Guiden.
Thank you, Miss Myrene.
Thank you. And we're going to mute.